Hey, it's Casual Sunday. Sorry, we had a family wedding and it was great. And I was on for like days, and now I'm just kind of not on. And I'm gonna see, I think I could make this big again. Nope, that made it little. Ooh. Okay, well, anyway, so I go from this big thing to this little thing, and I know I always say it, so I'm not gonna keep going. Um, Without further ado, I will announce today's winner, Mr. Ed, otherwise known as Bamboo Harvester. So, gosh, I'm trying to think of what generations won't know him. But he was a talking horse. And this was back in the 60s when TV was still black and white, but before the 60s of the time that I was born. But I did watch him. We had replays. And I think, actually, I don't even know. I might have been alive when it was being filmed. I don't think I was. And none of this really matters. Um, there were two horses that played him. This is the horse that was the main character. The other one was just like a stand-in. He was the model. He was for the photo shoots and all that. So, again, without further ado, I'm really just sort of rambling today. This is what he says. Man is a funny thing. I would have liked my life to have brought more meaning. It's good, the laughter, but it felt like it was at my expense. Not to be compared to the treatment of circus animals, but it was disrespectful. Maybe not the right word. Misuse. They did not use me the way they should have. My life was not good karma, not in its entirety. Still, not really it. Funny that I should have trouble finding the words when I was a talking horse. Isn't that funny? Anyway, I know, I'm being redundant. I wonder if I should redo this. I'm going to keep going. This is where other people's karma and free will come in. Someone dropped the ball. No dire consequences in this case. Not a rampaging animal due to a life of abuse, thankfully. I wouldn't want to live that out. But still, a dropped ball. Life does what it does then and follows the path left before it. So I help bring laughter. But there was a bigger course. Do we feel it when it gets left behind? Yes. Some detours are welcomed, some are not. Every lifetime does not have to be grand for the participant, the karma bringer. And then he gives me this little knowing grin and he goes, you know this role. You feel it. But to know that you were knocked off path and some are missing lessons because of it or going through worse ones, not what we hope for. It isn't that we play favorites, but we come down knowing the role we are taking, and getting derailed changes that, changes everything. Then I asked a question, which I don't normally do. I might start interjecting, but it makes it take a little longer. Do animals choose who to come to? Which we know, on a level that they, see, I don't know that everyone knows that they do. We know sometimes we'll get the same, like I had the same cat 3 times. And I know one of my dogs came back a few years ago as a cat. But like, do the random ones, or do they always choose? And he said, yes, not all of the time, but plenty of us are guides and we want to be of help to make good use of our time. Sometimes we are passed to new homes because the one we were in was temporary, a quick stop. The new person may not have been ready for us yet. Some never are, and we go back no worse for the wear. Kind of like when you are near a soulmate, but you both are not vibrating at the same level. It can't happen, or it can't happen well, because you all can be a stubborn breed. And then he said, I think that's a good place to stop. Thank you. That was a really cool one. He was starting to step into something a little deeper, but sometimes they hit too close to home, and maybe at a later date. So that's it. That's all I've got for today. And the theme song is going through my head like crazy. I will refrain from singing it and sticking it in your head too. I love you guys. Have a great week. See you next Sunday.